How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016. Man, there's a lot of good movies coming out, or hopefully good movies coming out in 2016 that I'm looking forward to, and a lot that missed my list. That's why I'm going to go through a couple honorable mentions here first. So here's a couple that didn't make my list. The BFG, Finding Dory, The Nice Guys, Neighbors 2, Warcraft, 999, Snowden, Hail Caesar, Silence, X-Men Apocalypse, and Deadpool. Those all did not make my list. I can't believe it because I'm looking forward to like all of those movies, and for all I know, some of those movies might make my top 10 of the year. It's hard to sell, and there's a lot of movies that probably don't have a firm release date that will also get in that mix. So yeah, there's a lot of good movies hopefully coming out later this year. So now let's get into my top 10, and starting at number 10 is Doctor Strange, directed by Scott Derrickson. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Benedict Cumberbatch looks exactly like Doctor Strange. I'm not too familiar with Doctor Strange, but that's what gets me excited. When Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I didn't know nothing about it, but it was my most anticipated of the year because I was so curious, and it just looked so much fun from the trailers. I've yet to see a trailer for this movie, but I'm excited to see this magical world and a different version of this Marvel universe being told, and I'm very intrigued with it. Plus, the supporting cast is great with Rachel McAdams, Tilda Swinton, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's shaping up to be a very stellar cast with a good director who directed Sinister. Again, they're not going to go that scary with Doctor Strange, but looking forward to it nonetheless. So number 9 is one that's probably not going to be on anyone else's list, the none that I've seen so far, which is The Girl on the Train. So first off, The Girl on the Train has a great cast with the likes of Emily Blunt, Rebecca Ferguson, and Luke Evans, just to name a few. And basically it's a mystery thriller movie. And as the synopsis reads, it follows a girl named Rachel who goes on the train to London. She witnesses this perfect couple, Scott and Megan, but one day havoc ensues and the couple and Rachel become involved in this drama murder mystery of like another girl, Megan Hipwell. So it I don't know, I'm intrigued with it. I love those type of movies. It reminds me of a Gone Girl type premise, and I'm just excited for it, and for whatever reason, I'm really looking forward to it. Number 8 is another movie we've yet to see a trailer for, and that is Assassin's Creed. I believe if any video game movie is going to get it back on track, more so than even Warcraft, because Warcraft did not make my list, but Assassin's Creed I think can do it because it has such a rich story behind it. The mythology is great in the games. Plus you add the likes of Michael Fassbender and Marianne Cotillard, you basically have got me hooked into this movie. Plus it's director of Macbeth, which I have still yet to see, but I've heard good things from Macbeth, so they're all re-teaming to tell the story of Assassin's Creed, and I think it's the video game movie that's really going to push other video game movies to be made. And I know we got Uncharted coming in 2017, so with all those coming, I'm hoping that you can finally tell a good video game movie because there have yet to be any. Number 7 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. David Yates comes back to direct this movie, this Harry Potter spin-off, if you want to call it that, but I don't really think it is. It's basically a whole new story altogether set in the past, before Hogwarts, before Harry Potter was probably even born. Maybe not before Hogwarts, but basically you have Newt Scamander, and he's, I don't know if you saw the teaser trailer, but he lets a whole bunch of monsters and creatures go when he opens his chest, and basically he's got to track them down, and in turn he writes the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm really looking forward to this one. You got Eddie Redmayne playing the lead, which is going to be awesome, Oscar winner, so you can't help but be excited because talent is talent. And you also got Colin Farrell in there, and amongst many more. I think Catherine Waterston is also in there. There's just a lot of talent involved in this movie, and I'm very excited for it. It's going to be a great addition, hopefully, to this whole lore of the Harry Potter world. Number 6 is basically my childhood coming to life. That is The Jungle Book, directed by Jon Favreau. This trailer looked awesome and stunning. I've heard it's even the stuff that they showed at D23 this year was even better. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid, so I'm very excited to see it come to life. You got some great voice cast. You got Bill Murray voicing Baloo. You got a newcomer playing Mowgli, and he looks really great. You got Scarlett Johansson as Kaa. You got Christopher Walken as King Louie. And to top the cast off, you got Idris Elba playing Shere Khan. What perfect voice casting for that movie. Number 5 I did not think would be so high on my list, and that is the next Bourne movie, Bourne 5, whatever you want to call it, who knows. But I am very excited for this one. You got Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass, the director, coming back to this movie, to the franchise. Bourne Ultimatum is one of my favorite movies, action movies of all time. So I'm looking forward to it. And then so I was really looking forward to it. And then I heard Alicia Vikander is going to play the female lead in this movie, and I just skyrocketed into that position because of that. Alicia Vikander is one of my favorite up-and-coming actresses. She was great in everything I saw her in last year. Ex Machina is one of my favorite movies of the year. If you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. But just because of that, mixed with everything, it skyrocketed into that number 5 slot, and I'm very, very much looking forward to this movie. So now we get into the big guns, and number 4 is Suicide Squad. This movie looks great. David Ayer, one of my new favorite directors. He directed Fury and End of Watch. Also, I think he was a writer back with Training Day and stuff, and he's awesome. He likes telling very dark tales, and the trailer they put out for this one, the Comic-Con one that leaked online and then they officially released it, looks amazing. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is probably what I'm most excited to see, even more so than Jared Leto's Joker. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Jared Leto's Joker, but Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn looks great. Will Smith's Deadshot, he looks kind of cool, looks interesting, and I want to see this band of misfits interact and see how it all plays out in this whole new DC universe. There's also rumored to be a Ben Affleck cameo as Batman, so it's gonna be fun to see. I mean, you see him in the trailer, so I'm sure he's in there. So, Suicide Squad, it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy, but bad guys, and it's for the DC universe. So, looking forward to that one. Number 3 is Captain America: Civil War. How can you not be excited for this movie? The Russo brothers, which I believe directed the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie thus far, which was Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and they're re-teaming again to tell this tale of Civil War, which looks great. The trailer was one of the best of the year. The end shot of Bucky and Cap just hammering on Iron Man was amazing. The whole line with, like, I'm sorry, man, Bucky's my friend, so was I. Like, that whole dialogue sequence, there's a lot of emotion in this trailer that I think it's going to change the MCU in a whole new entire direction, and it's going to play a big part in leading into Marvel's Infinity War. Number 2 was my number 1 for the longest time, but it dropped to 2 because I'm more anticipating number 1 now because of other reasons. But number 2 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I know a lot of people did not like the last trailer. I still did. It didn't tell me anything different that I didn't already know based on the synopsis of the movie. So that's why the trailer didn't bother me so much. I'm still really excited for this movie. Ben Affleck as Batman, I have been on board actually since day one. I've always supported the decision. I'm glad people are finally coming around to it. But I'm excited to see Ben Affleck's Batman. That's mainly why I'm excited. And I really want to get inside his head because looks like there's a lot going on with Bruce Wayne in this movie. The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm not like dreading this new take on Batman. I'm excited to see something different and to see the more brooding and dark Bruce Wayne. It looks great. I know a lot of people, especially the Comic-Con trailer, which was stellar. I'm also excited to see Aquaman be introduced. I'm excited for the lead up to the Justice League. If they screw this up, though, I'll be very upset. So just don't do it, Warner Brothers. Don't screw it up. And my number 1 most anticipated movie of 2016 is Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. This movie is basically number 1 because I saw The Force Awakens and I'm still caught up in the Star Wars fever. For those of you who don't know what Rogue One is going to be about, it's going to be about the stealing of the Death Star plans right before Star Wars: A New Hope, and how that all came about. It's going to be a war movie. That's what they said. They really pushed that. It's going to be a war movie. It's going to be different. There's not going to be too many lightsabers. I'm sure you're going to see Vader, which will be awesome. Maybe you'll see a couple other people that we do know, but it's mainly going to be this group of rebels or bounty hunters or basically trying to steal these Death Star plans. Directed by Gareth Edwards, who directed Godzilla, which I didn't love, but I'm excited in seeing this movie because I'm sure the whole team at Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy and crew, have a good lock on the Star Wars universe now that I'm looking forward to every one of these movies coming out. Basically because of The Force Awakens, that's why Rogue One is now my number 1 most anticipated, because I'm looking forward to December again this year. It's going to be great seeing a Star Wars movie at least once per year. And then after that, you don't need to wait that long. And it'll be in May, the following one, Episode 8. And who knows, that'll probably top my 2017 list for most anticipated. So that is it. There's a lot of movies I'm looking forward to. I mean, this list shows you 10 movies that I'm looking forward to, but there's more than 10. There's like a list of at least like 40 movies that I'm really looking forward to seeing. So it was just my 10 that I'm most excited about. I'm sure there's going to be a couple hidden gems that pop up here and there. Like last year, I didn't see The Martian coming, or Creed I didn't put on my list. And there's a lot of movies I left off my list, most anticipated wise, that made it and didn't make it. And let me know what movies you're looking forward to this year in the comment section below. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. That is it, and I will talk to you all later.